Welcome back to another episode of Road to Pitches. Our names are Sachiko and Moritz, and we are converting a GMC Savannah box truck into our dream camper van. Last episode, we installed our skylight, started framing the bed, shower, and kitchen areas, and fit our butcher blocks in place. This episode will show you how we installed our pine panel walls and how we framed our dinette. But before we jump in, let's start with a short vlog. We're so excited to share with you this episode because we started putting out some things that make the box truck start to look nice. We also want to share with you a story that happened in May, and it super sucked. In one of our old episodes, you probably saw us take down that arrow from the back of our truck. I had it up on Kijiji and Facebook for the longest time and finally found a buyer. Only issue was this guy was in Montreal. We agreed to meet in Kingston, and I went through my due diligence, making sure that this guy took a photo of the check before we started driving there. We shared.
It was a little odd that he wanted to do a check, but then he's running a business, so I thought that's okay.
Yeah, I asked for cash, and he's like, oh, no cash. And I'm like, okay, can you do e-transfer? And he's like, no e-transfer. And in my experience at my past companies, they also would probably have paid in check, so I'm like, fine, that makes sense. We got there, the lady that showed up was super nice, one of his employees, and I went and cashed the check, and a few days later, the check bounced. So we ended up selling the arrow for like almost $1,000, plus a couple of other like work lights we had pulled off the truck. But this guy just like hightailed out of the Facebook conversation, blocked me. I had a friend call him, and then when we finally said, okay, well, if you're gonna keep denying that we sold you an arrow, we're just gonna go to the police. And immediately he hung up the phone.
Yeah.
So just a little bit sketchy, and that was just like a huge bummer in between, the lockdown and then Black Lives Matter and all of these things happening in our lives. But you know what? We didn't really lose out. Like, we weren't expecting to sell the arrow anyway.
I'm still ready to file a small claim against that company.
Yeah, I'm leaving it up to Moritz to file this small claim. We followed up with a demand letter and all that jazz, but that's in the past now, and I don't want to spend any more emotional energy on this thing. But anyway, enough talking. We've just been talking for a while. Let's get to it. You're so sweaty already.
Yes, it's hot.
Today we're gonna start to put up the pine panels on this side of the wall. We spent the morning trying to figure out what our plan of action was gonna be, because turns out it's a little bit more complicated than just tacking them up because of the way we've got the aluminum frames on the side of the truck. We cut out the first piece, which is gonna run the entire length of the wall, but there was a little bit of leftover. So we took the remaining panel, attached it to the beginning of the new panel, re-measured out the entire 180 centimeters, which is the length of our wall. And we're gonna keep repeating that with the remaining piece of wood until we go full circle back to the entire length of one piece of panel that we'll use. We put this out on a spreadsheet and it worked. So, are you confident in my spreadsheet abilities?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, well, let's continue.
Well. You give it a little tuck so it doesn't have as a thin spike, and that will rip the wood while it's driven in, and it's less likely to split the wood.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
We got ourselves a first piece of wall. Good?
Very good. Oh, that's so exciting. It looks like a real wall. Unlike this garbage over here. We still need to do like this side up there, behind you, all of this, and then
maybe this wall too. I don't know what we do with this one.
oh, maybe this one too.
I don't know. Maybe
Accent wall? I don't know. Who's a better shoulder shrugger? You?
Can't see you, my dear.
Okay, shrug.
What?
You gotta do it 3 times. Okay.
That's why you wanted to do it.
It's such a disaster in here all the time because this is not only our future home, it is also our workshop. We don't have any other space to put anything. So 0 storage, which means we're working in our storage space and our workshop at the same time. So we apologize for the mess, but pretty sure you don't care. Alright, so we just finished nailing all of the pine paneling for this one wall. It's a little short on the top. We're trying to figure out what to do to cover it, but we're gonna hold it up to see how it looks.
Oh yeah, we also have to watch out.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Wow. Looking good? I think it's looking good.
Alright,
That's it for now.
till tomorrow.
But it's also
Excuse me. The reason why we're building out this camper is so that Moritz and I can take a year off to go traveling all over North America, west coast to Vancouver, Squamish, do some climbing there, then head south all the way to about San Jose and somehow make our way through to Mexico, go to El Potrero Chico. Our initial thought is just to have the camper be something that we live in for about a year's time. Another reason why we wanted to self-build our camper, and I think most other camper converters would resonate with this sentiment, is that, you know, we just wanted to learn how to build basically a tiny home. We're really learning as we go. We kind of complete one phase of the project, whether it be doing the framing and then the walls, and then we'll go and scour the internet, go do our YouTube and watch videos before we take action and execute on our own vehicle. So it's been kind of a learning process, kind of a project for us on the side. We're not doing this full time. We're just doing this on the weekends and the evenings now that the weather is a little bit warmer. But it's been a ton of fun and we're enjoying it so far.
Yep, very much enjoying it.
Looking to you for affirmation. You're like, yep. Say that again.
You're the smartest. What would I do without you?
Moritz originally wanted to take a jigsaw.
Nice. Just down there.
How do you do it?
The chicken dance.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
So yesterday we went outside to enjoy the warm weather and we tapped a birch tree. I'm trying to...
Doesn't taste that good.
What he said didn't taste that good. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be like maple syrup with a hint of birch.
Right.
But
no.
it was like nowhere close. I mean, we don't recommend. We were looking for morels, we failed. It's not warm enough just yet. Like today's the first warm day, so 0 chance.
So we'll likely have to flip it kind of. What's us? Come down. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Yeah!
This is amazing.
I want to stand next to our beautiful new sink, a little sneak preview into the future. But last episode, I made fun of Moritz for his excitement level. There is a cultural difference between how Europeans and Americans react to exciting news. I will show you right here.
UHF is good. Touchdown confirmed. We're safe on Mars. Yes.
Open to his
I
mouth.
think so too. Yeah. Yes. And this, my friends, is our washer.
Here it
What do you
is.
think?
I love it.
Let's take a test sit.
Great progress.
Uh,
Thank you guys so much for watching our video. We can't believe it's been 5 videos already and 5 months since we started doing this adventure. We've got a ton of stuff lined up for you.
got our water system, got some electrical coming up, a solar system, lights. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up and you subscribe so you don't miss anything coming up in the future.
Thank you guys so much again for all your support and we will catch you on the road to pitches. Bye!